Alright, Tobago, MASSY Rainbow Cup. We don't have any footage from this race because unfortunately the camera crew couldn't travel with us. It was the weekend after San Francisco escape from Alcatraz, so it's quite a bit to fly, to Tobago. So it was just me making the trip out there. And yeah, it's a race. Our Team LPC, we like to do. We have good connections. The race director is awesome. Jason Gooding. He puts us up in a hotel, takes us out. There's a great prize purse, and he always brings in just great international athletes from everywhere, from South America, what we got, the Caribbean, North America. And yeah, he just puts on just a great event, just a world-class event. Again, we'll put the link to everything in the description down below. But yeah, so the race, racing in Tobago, it's going to be hot and it's hilly. I had a good swim. Got out of the water in third, just behind Jason Wilson, the Olympian from Barbados, and guy from Venezuela. Hit the bike, started making up time for most of the bike, slowly pulling back time from. Ended up passing the Venezuelan, closed the gap a bit on Jason, and unfortunately on the first lap, so it's a what is it? It's 8-lap bike. So on the first lap of the bike, I hit a speed bump, lost my bottles. So yeah, I was riding pretty much with no fluids in the heat of Tobago. But the heat in the hills, I guess, but held it together. Faded a bit on the second half. Jason pulled back some time. We ended up having virtually the same split. I think he outbiked me by a couple seconds because of that. Thankfully though, because the sprint was going on at the same time, they had water stations set up for the run, and I just kind of yelled at them and grabbed the bottle on one of the laps on the bike, and we took some of that down for some fluids, and then really dialed back on the last lap of the bike just to get ready for that run. Hit the run, wasn't feeling great, but I was feeling strong, and the heat, I know last time I did that race, the heat really got to me, and I ended up staggering to the finish line and having that drunk feeling where you're super low on sugar. This year, thankfully, I grabbed a pack of shot blocks, tucked it into my race suit, and I ran with that, and I took those down every lap. Managed to get some good fluids in. Obviously, I was pretty far behind because of the bike on my fluids, but took in as much as I could. Got some sugar in that I missed from my sport drink that I lost on the bike, and then yeah, I was suffering in the heat and hills, and didn't run great. I ran a lot better than last time I did it, but still not satisfied with that run. I got passed by the one Venezuelan guy again, who he was just rolling. There's no way I was gonna go with him. I think he put like 3 or 4 minutes on me on the run. It was absurd. The difference that you're able to run when you're acclimatized to the heat, and you've had, I guess your whole life, or at least a few months or something leading into the race, and you're just ready for that heat. And yeah, I kind of just brought her home, stayed strong. I had decent ways back to fourth, who was another LPC member, Ben Rudson. My boy lived with him last year. Yeah, he's another up and coming guy that probably time to look out for him once he gets his commitments in order. He's got one of those full-time jobs that people talk about. So yeah, can't wait. And then obviously I'd love to give a shout out to the other boy from the LPC frat house that lived with us last year, Stumpy Blankenship, formerly known as Stevie prior to living with us. That was his first Olympic. It's one heck of an Olympic for your first one. I know Ben's raced Kona and he said that that's tougher than Kona. I think he's exaggerating because Kona is a full Ironman. This is a sprint, but yeah, it's that course is a doozy. So yeah, I mean, it was awesome, you know. And then there's always the after party to get to know everybody. That race, as they call it, the Cooler Lime, because that's a thing in the Caribbean. So yeah, great times all around. And yeah, I'll give a shout out to my sponsors, Blade, Lowering Personal Coaching, Loan Prosthetic Services, and Zizu Optics. You know, and then I mean, you can never forget Mom and Dad for everything they do. So thank you.